What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? Yes, I'm starting up here, and yes, I am long AMC, and I'll tell you guys all about it. You guys smash that like and get us started. Let's go ahead and get Money Mitch started up.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.
What's going on, traders? Yes, that is true. Like the chat is saying, is Mitch going full ape? Well, I guess, hey, call me a believer because I have taken AMC long. I'll explain all about it. I got some gambling stocks to talk about. I got some stocks that could potentially be ripping. I mean, there's a lot of plays out there. We're going to talk about Lucid. We're going to talk about GME. Stay tuned, guys. Action-packed show. Let's get it started. Let's always do what we do first is talk about the overall market. Let's take a look here. What are we seeing out there in the market? Sorry about starting up a little late. Looks like I forgot to redirect there for my own show. So there you go. That's why we're building up here. Looks like we only got 30 people in the chat. So if you guys could do me the favor, hit the thumbs up. We had about 300 people trying to get some of the people back here, but my mistake. Can't do nothing about it now. Just got to go ahead and roll with it. Let's go ahead and take a look here. What are we seeing in the market? All right, we'll take a look here at the overall SPY. We've been battling in these levels here. Let's take off some of these levels. So really, we have been kind of in this straight up moment since really this period right here, this 13th of October, where we really started pushing back up. We got all the way up there to about, let's say, a 6% move from that breakout. We're going to look to see if we can keep holding 453s on any pullbacks, see if we can get through the 460s. Right now, it's looking like we're closing near a doji, so we could start retracing from these levels. Let's take a look here at the Qs. What else do we see here? Some strength in tech as we keep pushing. And as long as we kind of keep this trend line, we should be fine here. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Draw this out. See if we can continue that uptrend back on up there and stay out of this zone that we were in. That was the troubled time there. I'm trying to go ahead and delete this for us there. Now, let's see if we can keep holding. If we do pull back to 380s, that'll be fine, but we don't want to crash down below that 380s on the Qs. How we doing out there? What's up? What's up? Looks like Easy Mike in the house. Matty Ice, RM. SLGG strong. You already know. Yeah, we'll talk about SLGG coming up. Definitely a metaverse type of play. You got it right there. Super Spackman in the house. JZ, A Lila, D in the house. What's going on, Igor? We got D, Kevin. What's up? What's up? SLGG is what's up. Definitely, it was up. We'll talk about that coming up here. All right, so where was it strong today? It was definitely strong in consumer cyclical, guys. You guys know I like to do a little sector analysis. Look how the consumer cyclicals was stuck in between this. I drew out this little triangle. Now we're pushing on up. Now we're really starting to get strong. Another thing to note here was when we were coming down, our money flow here was actually in the negatives as we were pulling down here. And now we're starting to get back into the positives. So that should give us a good lift. Starting to see some lift here. Gambling stocks doing well today. Some of the ones that I wanted to mention were GAN. Look at this setup. Multiple bottoms near the same level. I do like that you can go off of this level right here, 1428s. Look for a move back up towards 17. In GAN, that's not a bad trade. Do I think it can get to 20? I think it's going to battle to get up there. But yes, this is not a bad one to take a look at and maybe take a flyer. This is GAN. Another one up here is DKNG. DKNG is one that I'd call out and take a shot on. I have no problem taking a shot somewhere down here, looking for a move back up to 55 and maybe even 60s on the leg up. We'll see if it can get on up towards that level. Strong day today, right back up through that trend line. I was already liking this one today, and it already made a nice move, 5% move today. And I would have taken it today right out the gates. So nice little move right out the gates. You see the strength here. Boom. It just rocketed right back up there. You could have got it at 47.50s. Looking to hold now. It's up there towards 49. We'll see if DKNG can continue making a move up. Other ones in the gambling sector that I would take a look at is a new one that just started trading. SPAC is LTRYLottery.com. Look how this one really started pushing. This one's been consolidating for a long time, so I do think this one can continue moving. It's up there towards 15, and it started its move all the way from 11, so be careful for pullbacks now, but definitely you're seeing lottery get hot. One that I'm still in is SEAH. I got in this one below near the $10 mark. I'm at 10.10 with my average right now. Looking to see this one get back up through 12. We'll see if this one can continue making moves, and that's SEAH. We did see some of these stocks make some big moves today, but I'm going to call out some of the setups that I really like right now. Let's take a look here. Other than that, you can take a look. Industrials is an area that I'm really keeping an eye on. Airlines showing some really good strength today. So definitely take a look at those if you haven't thought about those. Definitely starting to see some strengthening. Look at UAL really creating this bottom at 46, really starting to come back up. That one can start starting to trend there. I'd keep an eye out on some reopening plays. With this being said, maybe Carnival. Look how you got a strong day out of Carnival. So definitely some reopening trades are out there. Want to catch up with the chat here. What's up? What's up? How we doing out there? Fred Garcia joined in the house. RM talking about Fubo. Really strong day out of Fubo. We'll talk about that. Definitely save that one for ticker time. I'll go into Fubo. That was one of the ones that are not on my list, but I did see it today, and I have a close eye on it. IGT is a favorite gaming play for JG. Definitely a great one. Look at this one. IGT right here, ripping through. We talked about this one when it was sideways here in this 21, and this one really hasn't looked back from that moment, 44%. And this is why I called out the seasonality play in gambling. And as we can see, that really came in closer towards this period when we were looking at this play. June is when we were looking at this play when it first started making its move, and then it pulled back to August. NFL came, and boom. There you go. You see it up there, IGT. Not a bad one, definitely, to keep an eye out on. All right, going to keep going. Let's go into some plays that I think could get some moves is PLTR. PLTR is one that I'm going to call out right now as a lucid type play, very similar to it. I do like this one. Has huge social following. Now let's see if it can just get roaring on up through the 30s. If it gets through the 30s, I could give it a look getting on up here towards that 40. Let's see if we can get that lift in Palantir and really start riding on up in this name. We'll see if we get up into that box and fill into that area. We'll see. That's Palantir. Lucid, of course, has been moving. Did a nice pullback day right now. This is kind of what I wanted to see. A little bit of pullback is not a bad thing here. I would even like it to get a little bit closer into this range, probably 33s, before we get on up there through the 40s, so that we can really get some drive. When we get back to those 40s, we can take that next leg up to 50 and clear that gap up here towards 50.05. And I think the low is right here, 50.32. That's kind of the level that I want to see the stock get on up here before we get a big reversal. We'll see if we can get a little pullback. So we're talking about half that green bar and then really get that next leg on up. We'll see if we can get that move in Lucid. All right, so SLGG was another big mover of the day. We've interviewed the CEO right here on Money Mitch. So if you haven't seen that CEO interview, definitely check it out. Super League Gaming. Where are my Super League crowd in the chat? I know they're always here. Definitely throwing it up. Tony, what's up? Miami, baby. Always. It's always about Miami. Cypher in the house. How we doing out there? Let's keep it going. What's up, SLGG? Here for it? Don't worry. So one of the things that we actually were pointing out was this pop. We actually pointed this out on this move on at the close, and I was looking to see if we could get back above that 325 and then get above this 350, which is the level of my concern. Now that we're above this 350, let's look for pullbacks closer towards that 375 to risk off of that 350. And I think you're going to have some good looks to get into that tomorrow. As we got in this rocket on up, and I'm going to draw the fibs here. Let's draw the fib retracement level here. So the retracement level draws it back towards about 360s. That's kind of the area where I'd look for a buy so that I could risk down towards about 350 or 349 here, and looking for a move right back on up through that high, which was the high of the day right now, was 438, and looking for the next leg up towards 5. We'll see what happens on SLGG. And if you guys like me going through these trade ideas, the way I'm going through them, drawing it out, giving you guys the risk to return, the way I would approach it, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and letting me know in the chat which one's your favorite one. What are you looking at? So let's go ahead and finally get into what? Of course, let's get into the one, the only AMC. Why do I want to go long? You guys will find out right when you return. Smash the like when we get back, guys. I'm going to talk all about AMC, GME, and why I think it's time, and that time is now.
I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other platforms are important too, but you're up there now. You're way up there.
Best investments you can do in your future is actually go and re-educate yourself on credible sites and credible resources like Benzinga. I think you guys have been killing it.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo, and just big shout out to you and your community.
So I love about you guys, you just had all your callers in right then. And it's all about the community here at Benzinga.
What's up, guys? Yes, it's all about you guys out here at Benzinga, so smash that like. Let's see where we're at on the like game. Where are we at now? We're at 37 likes. We got about 78 people watching. Can we get to 50 likes? You guys support me as I support you guys. I'm going to let you guys know this is exactly why I'm long AMC. One thing I could point out, and I could go towards the charts first, is be like, okay, so let's look at the charts. Let's explain it like that, GME. But you guys know me. I'm always about story, fundamentals, and technicals, right? And so I like a 3-variable approach here on Money Mitch. It's not like I'm just going crazy, even though I'm going ape shits. I can't believe it. Yes, I said it. I'm going ape shits. I'm going to get in trouble for that one a little bit later. But hey, I'm not worried about it. Hit the thumbs up. This is why we're long AMC. The reason why we're long is all because of what came out today. So today released Cinemark CEO Mark Zerdini. So Cinemark we're talking about here. CNK that's been going up pretty significantly. I'm thrilled that we have reached a new milestone within the industry's recovery, delivering our best monthly box office performance since reopening our theaters. He goes on and says a little bit more. Not only were the October box office performance more than double of May 2021, but it also shows that people are growing more and more eager to watch content on the big screen and enjoy the immersive viewing environment. So actually going to the movie theaters. One of the reasons why, of course, there's been recent movies that have been released that are exclusive to theaters. This is the important part. I've stated this from the very beginning in the AMC story. It's all about exclusivity. If they're able to keep the movies in the theater, that's going to keep driving more and more consumers as the consumer gets more comfortable with the whole COVID era and starts going out to kind of not even worry about it. And so AMC goes and also announces today, of course, that it's going to report its third quarter earnings after the market close on Monday, November 8th. So we're talking about a week from now. So I'm looking for some driver going into the earnings. And then you also get AMC confirming today that its October 2021 ticket admission revenue was also the highest has seen since any single month since February of 2020. So now you're talking that October's revenues are really starting to get back towards the shutting down of the pandemic, and we're starting to get back towards that even point. Now, if we can continue with these positive catalysts, why not? Why not? So the fundamentals are actually coming back to the stock with the ticket sales. Of course, this is not the same as it was in the same levels, but with this starts being the story, and it starts bringing it back to life. Now, what am I seeing on the technicals? Of course, there was the story. There's a little bit of that, the fun. Let's take a look at the technicals and see what we see out there. So first one we're going to take a look at is GME. Why do I like GME, and where do I think it can go? So, of course, let's take a look here at the fibs. The fib retracement actually holds here with this 23.6, where it actually has been pulling back multiple times. You see how this line here, it goes out multiple times, it pulls back and gets off of it. Then we got on up there towards the next line up. We held on up there and then pulled back. Now we've been going sideways here, and we actually kind of get a little lift there. But then as of recent, we finally got that break through 200. That's a big, important price point. Can we pull back to 190s? Yes, I do think we can pull back. But are we going to get back into the 180s? I think that the chart would actually reverse at that point. So if we take a look here at the daily chart, we can let's take a look even further back. Let's do more of a weekly look. So if we take a look at the weekly look, what do we see? Of course, you see one drive. You see two drives. You see three drives. It went into the resistance again. And now we're looking for a clear breakout. So clear breakout would take us into what zone? It would take us up here into kind of this 300 zone. And so let me go ahead and just kind of edit this, put it as a target. So we'll do it as red here. So we're looking for the stock to get up into that area. And so this is actually what led me today to thinking that this could finally start getting above, because now we're getting above this trend line. And let's draw it a little bit closer here. Now that we're getting above this trend line, we want to see the stock hold here. As long as it can hold in this area and continue its trend back up, then we can start trending back towards this 300. So that's GME. That's GameStop. So let's take a look here at AMC. I think AMC is setting up to do the same kind of thing. So we've had a couple of moves up. So we've had this one. Of course, the first move on up was this one. Then we run into the second one. Then we run into a third one. And now we kind of pulled back towards the support. And I'm going to actually delete this line so you can see it a little closer. And now we're starting to actually see some lift on up. Now, where's the fighting point? Where are we going to struggle to get through? We're going to struggle in this area. But if we can get through, and this is why I'm getting in now, if we can get through this area and get on up there through 48.20s, so we're talking about a move that we're going to have to get on up there through this area, get on up there. I think from that point on, we could see it break out. And next thing you know, you could see it at 70. So am I saying that you're going to see it at 70 by the end of the year? Of course, that's what I would want to happen. But am I saying it's going to happen right now? I'm going to have to time it right. I've gone in and out of AMC by using very, very small positioning size first, looking for an add. And that's what I'm looking for, signals to add. I want to see a lift above 40. Then I'll go ahead and start adding on to my main position and looking to get the full size position. We'll see as AMC develops here. I can tell you right now, at least from what I saw in the news, the catalyst starting to point to the upside. There's some more movies coming out that are exclusive to the theaters. I think that you could start seeing, hey, what did we recently see? We started to see some stocks going parabolic, right? So who's not to say that these stocks don't go parabolic after they've been sleepy for so long? All right, going to go ahead and catch up with the chat. What's going on out there? You guys throw a 1 if you're bullish on AMC from here. Throw a 2 if you're bearish AMC from here. And let's go ahead and take a chat vote here. We'll see what the chat has to say. Let's catch up with the chat. When the narrative changed where it goes from stick it to the shorts on AMC to now we are apes, whatever the heck that means, it'll follow the line of investor bag holder mentality. I understand that, but for some reason, these stocks have not gone down. Most pumps, they dump. This to me looks like it's holding well, holding a pattern. And if I try my best not to be like, let's say, on the side of finance that worries about consistency and how you shouldn't go after these types of plays, yeah, I could be that type. But to me, I'm just trying to see it how I see it and call it how I see it. And for right now, I'm long AMC. I took my shot today. I'll let you guys know my price point. How's that? For you guys voting in the chat and hitting that like button, I've seen a lot of likes in there, 60 likes. I'm going to let you guys know exactly where I'm long AMC. So most people don't do this too. Most people would just tell you like, oh, well, you know, I'm kind of long, or no, I'll tell you exactly, guys. I'm long at 36.46. That's my average. That's my average cost right now. So I'm not, crazy far from here. Only about 30 cents up on the day, but I'm gonna hang tight and we'll see what happens. That's what I like to see in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of ones, lots of twos, but mainly ones. I'll point out some of the ones because they're on my side, so can't blame them. Jody, what's up? What's up? Oh, we got some good people in here. Some people showing up in the house. GME getting ready to pass 300. I won't be mad. We'll definitely take a look. What can I say? I like the stock. Mikey says, hey, I feel the same way. Another pump is due before end the year. I could see it. Let's fucking go. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to read that like that. Let's keep going. The love the Bitcoin happy pace. Looks like there's a lot of ones there. Looks like there's some apes are coming through late here. Definitely, guys. So this is the outlook, guys. I know that we have some people joining in right now, but I've seen these peaks. I've seen the troughs. I like it here. I think if we get through this high that we struggled at 44, and we get on up there and start clearing up to 48.20s, we got clear space to take off. And if we do that, get ready, guys. We could see a takeoff in AMC. So definitely smash the like button if you guys enjoyed this. And if you're just joining in, because I do see a lot of people coming in just this second, go ahead and rewind so that you guys can see my outlook on GME and why I also looked into the news of AMC today with their box office ticket and revenue really showing a lift. And CNK, of course, has been doing great also. You guys could play this as a side play if you want something less volatile. I do think CNK can continue. IMAX can continue with this kind of rating. I do think that you could see this one start taking back up there towards 22. So keep your eyes on IMAX. But to tell you the truth, the play here really to me is AMC going to rip on up? GME having an awesome day also. We'll see if it gets towards those 300s and continues to make moves. What does the 1 mean? The 1 means that you're bullish AMC, and the 2 means that you're bearish. So, yeah, definitely need to rewind. I don't want to talk about all of it again, guys, just because, there's some other guys in here, and they've been here. So we'll keep going into some other plays here. But definitely, if you haven't seen my show before, I give trade ideas left and right, and it's really based on what I'm seeing out there. It's always based for you guys to go ahead and make your own investment decision, do your research, but take a look at it, because if I've done the research, there's a reason why, and I think at least you guys should take a look at it and see what you find. All right, so let's go. Let's keep it going. What's up, Richard? How we doing? Netflix partnership? I definitely wouldn't be mad. Let's keep going. Let's see what we also see out there. One that I wanted to take a look at and call out, guys, is HTTOO. Why do I want to call out this one? Is because it's a hydrogen play that got some lift today because of what? Because of FSIL and PLUG getting the lift. Why? Because, of course, Biden was out talking about clean energy today. And, of course, these all move with the clean energy type of plays here in the infrastructure charge. Look at PLOG recently. We drew this circle and we talked about how we would look to see if it could break out through that level and kind of fill that gap there. It's been breaking out. So that's why I'm looking for other plays that could potentially move from that. Today, this one did get some lift. It's pulling back now. Went all the way up there towards 14. But I'd be paying attention to see if you see a nice lift in this one. And if you do, it could get all the way up there through the 14, get back up there towards 15. We'll see if this one can start trending really. This one's been in a downtrend and really got some lift today through the 13s. We'll see if this continues. FSIL is being pumped by Zach Morris. Oh, don't tell me that Zachy got into that one too. Well, what can I say about that? I mean, hey, when Zachy gets in, you got to be careful, guys. You got to be careful. There was one today I was watching Zach pump up, but hey, not for me because they're pumps. So you got to be extremely quick. I wouldn't be hanging out on it, but that's how it is. So Old Man Chimp, it looks like a new follower. I haven't seen him before in here. So he's asking about PROG. So you know what? I'll take a look at PROG. I know that this one had been going down, but it's kind of a battling stock right now. It goes up, down, up, down. This one plays flags on the daily. So one thing that I would state here is that look how this one trades on the daily. Even let's go on the hourly. It'll kind of draw it out here for us. So if you can clearly see, it's very flaggy. Every time it moves, it flags. Flags. So these are all flags. But one thing to note is how many do we have here? We got an A move, a B move, a C move, and then a D move. Do you think that we're going to continue from this? I think we're a little extended. Personally, I think we're a little extended and we have to come back somewhere in this area before we're going to come back up through this level. That's just because I've seen the pattern not showing consistency on that move on up. And it's just leveling on up. And now I think it can start pulling back down. It looks to me at least like an ABCD pattern on the daily. Now starting to pull back. Really needs to hold support. So at least if you attack it from here, and you take a look here on the hourly, you can attack it from the support here, right off the support, the 330s. Maybe it dips down to this level, 320s, but you wouldn't want to see it break that level, and you'd want to see it really quickly tomorrow come near that level, maybe 325s, and then push right back up there towards 4 if you're bullish. But to me, you guys hear how I'm seeing this. I could see it come back into that circle first and then get in that lift. All right, what's going on out there in the chat? Catching up. It's time to do a little bit of ticker time. So drop your tickers in the chat. Give me another thumbs up. And we about 4:33. I got about, I'll stick around for about 15 minutes. Normally this is a 30-minute show, but since we don't have anything coming on up, I'm going to keep going for you guys out there. But definitely smash the like, throw some stocks in the chat, and let's keep it going, right? All right, let's go. What's up? What's up? Upwork being mentioned in the chat. Palantir up 1% almost after hours already. I just talked about it, man. Palantir, can you wait till at least tomorrow so at least people can watch the show? Man, this one's, it is already up there towards that. I'd look for a pullback somewhere between 2675s tomorrow. Look for that area, kind of get into this area. I'm going to be looking for it myself. I like to put these circles. You guys see me do this all the time. Reason why I put these circles is to give myself the look so that when I come back to the chart instantly, if I see it in that area, I will know the levels, know where I'm looking at, know that I put that circle there for a reason. That's the level of area that I'm looking for a pullback buy and plug. We'll see if we can get it. We're looking for 75s somewhere in this area right here, down towards about 2661. I'll see if I can get that pullback. If not, Palantir can take off. All right, Upwork being mentioned there. So let's go ahead and take a look there at Upwork. Upwork, let's take a look at the daily. What are we seeing on the daily? Really quickly, it stands out to me that we've had 1 run up here, 2 run up here's, and 3 run up here. And they usually last about a week because I can see it. It looks like it's lasting about a week, if not a month. So let's go back on the monthly and see if we see a clear chart on the monthly. And what do? You see those peaks stand out really easily on the monthlies. So let's use the weekly and the monthly to determine where we should try to attack, right? And so if we can use the weekly and monthlies, we've seen that it's come back towards these levels. And every time it's come back off these levels, it's bounced, right? So we've had bounces before. And I also like to draw the bottoms a lot. So you've got a bottoming action here, and you got a bottoming action here, and then you got one more bottoming action. That's called the third bottom. That looks great to me right there. And now that we're holding in that area, you could start attacking this buy zone. This is what I would call the buy zone in this area. So somewhere in here, you should look for that reversal back up towards 60 and to break out through that 60. Now, really, I mean, this one's tried to break out before. So if it does get back to that 60 and doesn't break out, I would look for a breakdown in this chart. But for right now, this looks like it's setting up off of a support and looking to scoop right back on up. So at least for right now on the weeklies, it's looking interesting. And I'll keep an eye on it. We're definitely have been pulling back. It looks like it could come back closer towards 45. I personally wouldn't be jumping in it too quickly just because it did have a quick down move. I don't expect that same up move, but of course, that's up to you to determine if you want to attack this right now, but definitely pulling back there, upward, looking interesting, and we'll see if it can hold in that buy zone and then get back up there towards the 60s. All right, catching up in the chat. Looks like Lucid, bunch of Lucids in the chat. Guys, guess what? Just rewind. I already went through Lucid. It was one of the stocks that I went through with PLTR, and also we looked at Slug. SLGG. Those were the three stocks that I gave you that looked like really good upside. I'll bring up another stock here, though. If you guys like these stocks with great upside, I just took some off on this trade. So I am bringing up a stock that I'm in right now, which is DM. DM is a stock that I actually had right here around the 768 area. So I took some profit into the move today, looking for a pullback to go ahead and add into. So I'm looking for a pullback somewhere around this 760s, 750 area to go ahead and add some more. So if I'm able to get this pullback into this area, I'll go ahead and rebuy some. If it just keeps moving from here, I'll let it keep moving. And so this is Desktop Metal. This was moving with the 3D stocks today. Another 3D stock that you can take a look at that I really like right now is Triple D 3D Systems. If you look at this daily chart, you'll see why I like it. I've been drawing this out for a while now. Some of these lines I've had all the way since, look at this. I created this one on June 11th. That's how long I've been kind of following this stock here. And you can clearly see we've had these chances to break out. Now that we've gotten above this level, I'm going to look for an area into here around this 30 and look for a buy in that area. We'll see if we can get that pullback and get that look. This is Triple D, and it has been looking great. All right, so definitely some other stocks being mentioned. Jody, rewind for Lucid. Like I mentioned, I already went into it, and you guys could take a look. Got you, Jota. I hope that's Jota or Jata. No, it looks like Jota. All right, let's keep going. PFSI 50 bottom. Dylan's asking about, and Vuzi being mentioned in the chat. I know Vuzi was one of these stocks that I can mention now. If you guys look, I'll give you guys another bonus value today. There's about 172 of you. If we get up to 125 likes, I'll get into 10 meta plays. So the meta plays are moving right now with a stock like Vuzi, mentioned in the chat right now. But you guys give me the thumbs up, and I'll give you guys those 10 names that could be moving with meta. And we all know how meta has been really affecting the stock market right now. So you got to know the stories. Solar stocks are going up. Any solar stocks? Hey, I'll tell you what, Toner, if you're here for solar stocks, you came to the right spot, because I've been calling out solar stocks for a good while. If you look at my Twitter story investors, I've been calling it out since August that I was looking for solar to really make that lift. Really, I've been looking since the summer, but August is when I talked about really starting to see that move. Those names have continued to move on up. If we take a look here, you'll see my solar index. This is what I've been watching like a hawk, ready to see this move, and we've been seeing that lift. Sol is one that had a great day today and was one that I gave just last week, looking for this move back up here because it was down in this area, and I was like, whoa, it needs to go ahead and get back up here. It's a laggard play. It needed to make all this up, because if you look at some of the leaders like ENPH, look how this has been ripping lately. Look at FSLR. It's been ripping lately. Look at Sun W or SPWR, SunPower. Look how this has been ripping. So this is why these were on the catch up. The other one that I mentioned just last week on Friday was Beam. I was starting to talk about this one, and I liked how this one bottomed out. And look how this one's on the laggard effect and starting to get back up there. This is all about seasonality, and this is why you got to definitely look back and understand when rotations should come, and if something is kind of cyclical or it's just moving based off of momentum. All right, so there's so many stocks in the chat. I'm going to take some water and start running through this on rapid fire. So you guys give us the likes. Did we get up towards the 125? We're at 109. We need to get to 125 so that we can give you those 10 meta plays. I'm here to enjoy it. Mikey, you long the money, Mitch? Don't worry, you might have to get that leverage because we're going to the moon, baby. There's only one way. Let's keep it going. When I return, I'm going to drink some water and knock this out. And when I come back, we're going to go into rapid fire. I'm going to knock out as many stocks as I can in the chat, and we'll keep it going. Like always, guys, you guys can beat the market with Benzinga Pro, so check it out. I'll give you guys also a discount code here that you guys can check it out. So like always, check it out. Check out Benzinga Pro.
When you want to maximize your performance in the market, you need access to the highest quality tools and news available. Benzinga Pro stands out from all of the options you'll be presented with, and their instant access to market-moving news positions you to be prepared to take on the market in the best ways possible. Here's how it works. Benzinga Pro's news desk creates original news content that's available on your main news feed and gives you actionable information about companies you may want to invest in. This news desk information gives you the chance to beat the market, receive impactful news as it breaks, and jump on trending stocks before and as they rise. And beyond that, Benzinga Pro is packed with helpful features and unique insights that give you the best information possible. There's tools like the Live Audio Squawk, which streams every day with important news and timely updates, and the real-time news alerts that allow you to stay on top of every developing story you're keeping tabs on. Alerts and news will be sent straight to your inbox or delivered as live sound alerts. For those investors that want real-time, actionable, and breaking news about companies they may be looking to invest in, Benzinga Pro is the tool to use.
All right. So mentioned in the chat here, I'm catching up with the chat, caught up with some of the mentions in the chat. So someone mentioned that they were struggling on Sun W, that they had been losing. There it is. And NVR Lucky had been losing on this name. That's a nice bottom right now. That's $6. Let's see if we can get back up there towards 7. And once we get through 7, I can see us making a lift up there towards 9. We'll see if we can get back up there towards those levels and get back up towards your June time. June time, you're looking at $10 or maybe somewhere down towards 7. Let's see us get back on up there. This one's definitely been one of the struggling ones. And this is why you have to sometimes look at all the names to see which ones could be strong and which ones could be weak. One of the signs that shows you that this one isn't the strongest is look how the volume increased in Sol during the move. And if you look at that Sun W, you're not going to see the same type of volume in that name. And so, yeah, you could get a lift, but really it hasn't gotten that real momentum lift. We'll see if it can get it going here. All right, let's keep going. Let's get into some of those names. And it looks like we're at 114. We need 10 more likes, 11 more likes so that we can get into the meta names. But I'm going to start knocking out some stocks in the chat. I'm going to go real quick. Let's play a game here, guys. You guys can join in with me. Press 1 if you're bullish, the name. Press 2 if you're bearish, the name. And we're going to really quickly go through it. I'm going to really quickly just call out a resistance, a support, and we'll move on. Let's go. First up, XL. XL being mentioned in the chat. This is a SPAC. I talk about this one on SPACs Attack all the time. XL finding a bottom. I like the 540s. If it can hold it, get back up through 590s, maybe we could start seeing a lift in XL. Of course, this is in the auto parts area, a hot zone right now, but you don't want to see it break through the low right here. Let's say 524s. As long as it can hold on to there, we should see another lift back towards 590s. Let's see what happens in XL. That's a 1 for me. I'm bullish, but you got to stick it really tight. Next up, ChargePoint. ChargePoint being mentioned in the chat. This is one that I gave out last week as one of the stocks that I'm looking for it to continue to run into the infrastructure bill. I could see us closing in on this gap, getting on up there towards 30. Then we can go into a little bit of a chop. Be careful, but it has already done a nice lift. I am liking the trend, though. As long as it can keep kind of this trend, we could be fine as long as it can hold on to that. I could see us maybe getting on up into that area, bouncing and then bouncing off of this kind of 28 area and then getting through 30. This is ChargePoint, bullish 1. All right, seeing the numbers flowing through there. There was a lot of 2s there for the first one. Now we're getting some 1s to roll in through here. Looks like there's some battle back and forth, but ChargePoint is definitely a more bullish stock there. Definitely getting support by the chat. Vuzi was one mentioned in the chat. I'm going to get into that when we get into our metas. Looks like we just hit that 126 likes. So, Junior, stick around. I'll get into Vuzi. I'll take a look at it for sure. All right, so let's keep going in the chats. Next one up, let's look at some stocks. If you guys got some tickers, definitely mention them. It'll help me get through this kind of lightning period right now. I'm trying to get through. Rocket being mentioned, RKT. RKT really starting to come back. And this is one that when you forget about it, it loves to come back. I don't understand this name, but I can tell you right now, when this one loves to come back roaring when everybody forgets it. 2 strong days, already 2 days that are strong. Look for a pullback into this area, let's say 1710. But after that, look for a continued rip in Rocket. I'm bullish. That's a 1. Let's keep it going. INTC. Intel. Coming in here with Jim Cruz, a bigger stock. I don't mind you bringing this one in, Jim. One thing I would say is look for that gap to fill here. We have a gap down that's looking to fill. Look for that to fill. That's what I would look for it. Bullish, at least for that gap. Long term, this is kind of more of a choppy stock, as you can see. Look at the weekly. Really choppy. Not really what I want to see on a weekly. But right now, I do think it could close that gap. And then after that, it could be in the chop zone. We'll see what happens here. We get back up there. As you can see, it was trending on up right before it. That's why I think it could definitely get back up here. Let's say towards 5190s. And from right now, that's about like a 4.5% move. All right, next one up. Neville from Miramar, my man. You still riding the bikes, man? I got to hear about my man where I grew up out of SPIR. This is a space stock that's being mentioned here. This one really is all about global satellite. If you want to watch SPIR, I would actually watch RKLB, Rocket Lab. This one actually has some launches that are going to happen this month on the 11th. And then you're going to start seeing them. They're actually doing some launches with Black Sky. And if you actually could see here, it actually looks pretty bullish here. If you hold towards the body, you've been seeing this one push back up here. I could see it pull back maybe towards 14, but definitely I do like this one. And Black Sky is another one that could move on up. Look for this one to maybe start getting a lift near that move. If you could see here, you could draw a trend and kind of see this how it's starting to get back on up there, starting to look like it wants to get through and hold this 968, get strong, lift on up through there. Look for Rocket Lab to get it through that story. All right, skills being mentioned. Kyle, let's keep going. So bullish, Black Sky, and those space stocks. Not so much SPIR. That's more of a 2. This is the skills. Now that it's gone into the $10 level, it went into this range. It did a nice round bottoming action, and now looking strong right here as it holds right here towards 11. went sideways there above 10, which is what I want to see. This actually is a strong candle. As long as it can hold 11, I'm actually bullish this name, even though I don't like the story. Technically wise, I'm bullish. Story wise and fundamentally, I don't like skills, but I'm just giving too much there. Let's keep going. Apple, last one being mentioned in our lightning round is going to be Apple. What do I see here? It's fighting to get through that 150 way too many times, guys. We've gotten through that level before. We've gotten through it before. You know, we got through it right here, and it kind of just keeps holding. It's just in the chop zone. To me, you're going to see Apple still go sideways during this period and be in a sideways period versus a uplift. But, of course, Tesla has been leading the market. Really, that's my bullish market indicator. When you see Tesla pull back, be careful. But look at this. Look at this lift in Tesla. This was a stock that we talked about here on Money Mitch. Since this move, I can't believe that we looked at it at 1,000. Did I call 1,200? No, I'll be honest. I didn't call 1,200, but I thought it could get to 1,000 towards the end of the year. And as we can see, Tesla ripping through the roof there. Yes, the dragon Tesla. You guys already know it. I'll do two more. It looks like Eduardo is here. I haven't seen him before, so zoom really quickly. I'll touch it. I liked it when it was in this pattern right here. It looked like it was going to just flag out and break back out, but then it did this kind of like little fake out right here, and it came back closer towards the 250s now. So let's take a look here on the monthlies, see what we're seeing on the monthlies, see if we see kind of a new pattern setting up in a further time frame, right? So we're going to draw it from this one, and we're going to draw it sideways here, and we need to see it get back above here. So it is creating a nice bottoming action here. So it's not like it's the worst look as long as it can start coming back up into this gap. So the 328 area is where we want to see it get up here. So if it can get into that area, I think Zoom would be looking nice. But can I attack it here? It's just been such on a downtrend. It's hard to call the bottom here, even though you did get a nice reversal type candle on the monthly right here in October. So let's see it get through 300 with some strength and maybe some good earnings, and we'll see if Zoom can get on up there. All right, that's going to be the last one on the rapid fire. I hope that you guys enjoyed me getting into some of the technicals. I want to give you guys some 10 meta stocks before I get out of here, because that's what I promised you guys for smashing that like button. So let's get into that really quickly. I got some right here to go through. First one, of course, is going to be Facebook. You know, Facebook was the one that really kind of started the meta move, as I'll call it. And that's really what we've been seeing. So we'll take a look here. But Facebook, I'm actually bullish from here. As long as I can hold 318 on pullbacks. And if you look here on the daily, you see how you can see this kind of trend line. We draw into up here. It pulls back. It gets below it. Now you got the 200-day. You're still above the 200-day. As long as you can hold that 200-day now, 321, I'm actually bullish on Facebook. Even though I don't want to be, like socially, like I don't like Facebook. Like I don't think it's the best platform. But the stocks don't lie, right? I mean, it does look like it's turning around there. All right, so let's get into another one that I can take a look at. So in here, the next one up is KOPN. So this is another one. This is in the meta. We're going through these names right now. When did I draw this line? Let's see. Oh, I updated it recently. I drew this on June and updated it on August 26th. So that's the last time we were looking at this stock. Let's take a look here. What are we seeing? If we could clearly see kind of this resistance that it was trying to hold through, it ripped on back out through the air. So now it's all about, you had that sideways day. As long as it can keep holding and get back above this close, 588 tomorrow, it's looking good. I would look for pullbacks closer towards this 560 and look for it to continue ripping, maybe wrist down towards kind of the bottom of this candle, 508, and looking for a next move on up. Next resistance I would call out would be somewhere, let's look at the weekly, draw it a little bit better here. Probably draw it up to here, 757. We'll see if this one can get really roaring back on up here. I do like this one. This is KOPN. This is also in the meta plays. Vuzi, finally. I know my man's been waiting for this one. Look at this weekly. Nice move on the weekly. Daily had a nice move also. Increasing volume. That's what I like to see, guys. Now, where can this one pull back to? This one's been already a massive rip. Let's take a look on the daily. What would be about 50%? Let's take a look here. So the move went on up to our high of 1591 here. So we're talking about pretty much a 48% move overall at its highest peak, right? And so half of that would be about 24. So looking around 24 is going to be around 13.30s, $13 is where I'd be looking for the pullback to kind of get towards. Let's see if we can get a pullback towards that area. I'm going to actually call the bottom of this candle out and see that I'm looking for 1288 area tomorrow to look for a pullback. Then I could risk right underneath it to, let's say, about 1270s or even down towards 1230s if I do a smaller size trade, and looking for Vuzi to get right back up there through the high. The high would be 1591, and we'll see if we can get this pullback fill on Vuzi, but it's definitely in a strong contender right now. Next one up, VRAR. This one's looking strong too. Another strong day, really starting to push back up. Had a nice inside day, held that today. I'd look for 1280s to definitely hold. Look for another move back up to 16 VARA. VRAR. Sorry about that. VRAR. Sorry. All right, let's keep going. Roblox, of course, also being mentioned with the meta. This one's been fighting, though, because it had a tough weekend. It was kind of shut down, but that could have actually gave you an opportunity to get in here. Now that you hear all this talk about the metaverse, you could go ahead and maybe attack here and hold down towards an 80 stop out, or maybe down towards 79.12. I do like this play. This is Roblox. Next one up, Wimmy. Wimmy's another one. It's a holographic stock, cheaper name. It's about $5. Looking to get back on up there through the high here. It's holding these $5. So as long as it can hold 5 or 490s on pullbacks, I would like it. And we'll see if it can get back on up and make another lift. This is WIMI. All right, next one up here. I'm going to keep going through. I'm going to try to finish up and give you guys these names. MPAC is another one here. Keep your eyes on this one. This one's more of a SPAC play. It hasn't really taken off, but it is merging with a company called Multi Metaverse, a small metaverse company. So look for this one to maybe get some lift. And if it does get the lift, it got a squeeze last time all the way up towards 1165. And so let's see if it can hold $10 on pullbacks and get that next push on the up. Another one that did have a good day, IMMR, Emerging Corporation. This one has been moving on up. Look how this one's been moving with the meta. Last 2 days on up about 31%. This one's probably really been the best play here, and it's been pulling back for a significant amount of time. And last time, when did this stock run, guys? Use the monthly charts so you can know when this stock likes to run, right? And so if you look back, when does it like to run? It ran last time in what? November, December, January. All right, let's go back. Let's go back in time. When did it run back last time? So let's take a look here. This was November, December, sideways, and then green. So that one is a fail. It's kind of a plus, but not completely here. So let's look back at this time. What did we do here? October, November, December, kind of it was in an uptrend. You can kind of call it there. And then you look back, you'll start seeing that, hey, this stock has been kind of more in a quarterly, even yearly move, you could call it. And it's been going on up, and it spikes to 15 all the time. So that gives me that look that, hey, this could be another move towards 15. Now, I do got to get it on a pullback because this one's already made a 40% move. So I'd be looking for pullbacks closer towards 8 or 850. But for now, this one has been really, really strong. IMMR. B Hat is another one. Blue Hat. You can take a look at. This one's a really cheap name, 77 cents. So definitely. And then a big mover today, MTTR. This one has gotten a great lift up there past 25s. We'll see if it gets pulled back towards 22 tomorrow. But MTTR, really a great move, Matterpoint. So definitely there's a lot to call out here. And lastly, I'll bring in the ETF, which you could be playing, which is just Meta. This is the Roundhill ETF. I'm going to actually bring the Roundhill guys on here to talk about Meta. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Hit me up in the comments after. Tell me to bring Meta on, and I can get the Roundhill guys on here. They can explain all about the ETF. To me, personally, it has a little bit of mix of tech and not just only meta plays. But hey, you could definitely take a look and see what you guys like to trade. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's Money Mitch. I went into overtime. It's already 5 o'clock. So please do me the favor. Give me a thumbs up. Hit me up in the comments after. Tell me what you thought was the best part of today's show. Do you want me to go into more meta stocks, gambling stocks, high movers like Lucid, Palantir, DM, Slug? Do you want me to talk more about AMC, GME? So much I gave you guys today. Do me the favor. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you next time tomorrow right here, 4 p.m. Eastern. Money Mitch, like always, guys. I hope that you guys had a great one. Take care. Have a good one. And we'll keep going at it and keep unlocking it right here. Story is everything. And we'll see you next time on Money Mitch, guys.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now, we all know the bull market is here.